Hello, I'm Desiree and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to show you something different, even though I haven't been making any videos in quite a while, but I'm here for something different. So we have wanted to get a lock for emergencies or whatever, a digital lock that we can control with our phones, but we didn't want it to be ugly. Not gonna say that this hardware isn't ugly, but if you get some modern thing and put it on this door, that's gonna look even worse, right? At least I think so. If we can't replace everything, we can't just replace one thing. We finally found a lock system that isn't external. It's the level lock. Nobody's paying us to do this, I just figured I would show you, and it's an excuse of something to make a video about, right? I'll show you how it works, or how it goes in. So it's just the internal portion to your lock. You can see the section is silver, this is gold. So obviously it's different. And we did have to exchange this portion like for the outside, because the one that we had before was more flush, and this level lock takes up the whole width of the door pretty much. Like you can see how wide it is. It's just as, the lock mechanism is just as wide as the plate on the outside of the door. And it also has a matching plate that's silver that goes in the door frame. So it seemed like the actual installation, the physical part of the installation, went easily and pretty quickly. He had a little bit of finagling to get it in there right, but it was really not a big deal. So problem one is the way that this lock works. You kind of sometimes have to push on the door in order for it to turn the deadbolt. How it feels almost magnetized and then it lets go. The first problem he messed with for a long time to try to get everything to line up perfectly, because it just doesn't have the strength of like physically turning the deadbolt. And eventually it usually works. Whenever he first put it in, it was maybe a third of the time that it would actually turn without being jammed, and now it's most of the time that it will turn without being jammed. But now let's put this to the test, because problem two, he invited me to our lock in the app, and I used the invitation to download the Level app, just like you would with the dog sitter, house sitter, whatever, and it never showed me a lock. Like, it did not join me to his account. Yeah, it didn't join me to his account. We went back and forth, we uninstalled, reinstalled, restarted our phones, did all this stuff, emailed the customer service, and they basically said the same thing: uninstall, reinstall, make sure that you're standing right next to the door. Eventually, all of that worked. I don't know if there was like a magic thing that we did exactly their way, or if it was like an Apple update, or what, because I'm referring to the iOS app. So eventually, I got the app. He was able to send me a new invitation, because originally it wouldn't let him send me a second invitation. He was finally able to send me a second one. I pushed it, took me to everything just perfectly. So now I have the app. So I want to go outside and I want to figure out how far away this actually works, because I know I'm not the only one that is thinking about the actual use of this lock whenever you're coming home and you throw the car up front because you gotta run inside, because you know you gotta pee. It happens. Everybody has to pee sometimes, and everybody is dancing at the front door trying to get their key in the lock and all that. I've totally done this. So I want to know how far away this actually works. Can it work from my driveway? This is Bluetooth distance, so it technically should, but does it? So I'm going to test that. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna say that this works at regular distance for Bluetooth because that's 30 feet to the driveway. And I counted the 2 feet in that the door was open. You know, it was about 2 feet open. And then there was another 28 feet until you got to the driveway. I think that's pretty awesome. And I'm pretty excited because that means that I'm not going to be doing the happy dance trying to get in my house. And you can push unlock. You just got to have a steady finger. You got to hold it down. And hopefully things continue from here to work as flawlessly as they did while I filmed this video. If only it would, if only I could talk as well as this is working right now. So fingers crossed everything works. This is really uncommon for me to have something actually work whenever I try it. And now let's hope that the camera worked. Anyway, let's say it did, and let's say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. Hopefully this was helpful, and you know, if you decide to go get a level lock, I hope you love it. Honestly, I hope we love it too. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.